Hi boys and girls, welcome to 5-Minute Stories. I'm Miss Ashley, the youth librarian at the Port Charlotte Public Library. And today I have a wonderful story to share with you called The Rabbit Dance. And it goes like this. Long, long ago in the Iroquois Nation, the men went out hunting in a big hunting party, and they were looking for some small game. Small game like rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks and anything small like that. Not really deer or elk, those is big game. And when they call it game, they mean food to eat. So they're going out hunting for a rabbit, and they come across the biggest rabbit they've ever seen, as big as a horse, and they think, wow, this rabbit could feed our whole village. And so before the leader went to take aim with his bow, one of the other braves said, stop. He put his hand up, and all of the other braves saw him do that, and they waited to see, because they knew that this was no ordinary rabbit and something extraordinary might happen. Oh, and it did. As they watched, that big rabbit took his giant rabbit foot and thump, 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 thump. He thumped the ground, and as he did that, other smaller rabbits began to appear all around him. They hopped into the field, and they looked around, and they started to join in. Thump, thump, thump with their little feet. And before long, the larger rabbit had changed his tune, and he looked right into the bushes where all of the braves were hiding, as if he could see them through the bushes. And he began to thump faster. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, until it began to sound like a drum. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. And all around him, all of the other rabbits began to do the same thing. Ba-bum, 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 until they all stopped at once, and the big rabbit continued to thump, thumping like a drum. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. And as he did, the rabbits around him began to dance. They got up on their hind legs, and they began to dance with each other in circles and around. They did flips. Oh, they had so much fun spinning. They did a beautiful dance for the braves to watch. And as the tempo began to slow down, ba-bum, 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 the rabbits slowed their dance until finally some of the rabbits began to leave. And then the larger rabbit thumped his foot for the last time. Boom, boom. And all the rabbits were gone. And the giant rabbit looked over at the bushes again where the braves were hiding, made a little bit of a smile, and then leapt high up over their heads and disappeared from sight. And all of the braves, they were so amazed by this, they immediately forgot about hunting, and they ran home to go tell the village. And their medicine woman, a very wise woman who knew the animals and the plants very well, listened to their story. And she said, would you please play that tune on your drum? And so the chief took his drum and he began to play. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And then she asked the other braves, will you please dance like the rabbits dance? And they began to dance as best as they could around her as he played. And the chief played ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And they danced and they danced and they shrieked and they hollered and they had a good time. Everybody was smiling. And the medicine woman smiled as she watched and she listened. And when they were finished, she said, oh, you have been lucky indeed, for that great rabbit was the great rabbit spirit. And he wanted you to know that they understand that we need to hunt rabbits to eat and to have clothing, and they want you to know that it is a gift every time you get a rabbit, and that you should always be thankful, and they have shared this dance with you to honor the fallen rabbit. And so from that point on, in the Iroquois Nation, they did the rabbit dance every time they went hunting and they caught rabbits. They did the rabbit dance to say thank you, to say that they were grateful for the food and the clothing and the gift that these rabbits gave them. Isn't that such a nice story? It's a great reminder to be thankful for the things that we have, because nothing is truly free. Somebody always has to give something for you to have something. Isn't that true? So you think about that and you try the rabbit dance next time you feel like it. Have another great day. Happy reading.